going to call to order the May meeting of the Tilton Budget Committee. We'll begin this meeting with the pledge of the flag. Bill, would you like to lead us in?
Sure. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Business to approve the minutes of the last meeting, April 10th. Everybody has a copy? Thank you in front of you. The very first sentence, I think, meeting minutes should be crossed out, so it just says meeting was called to order.
Oh.
And then down where it says Pat Constantino seconded the motion, I think it would be appropriate to put both motions were passed. Because you said the motions were made and seconded it, and just said they were both passed.
And you have an extra T on that one, in my name?
It's C-O-N-S-E-N.
She has it right at the top.
Right.
You need a second.
And down 1, 2, 4 paragraphs up from the bottom, I put outside agencies should receive their application information letters. Cross out maybe to receive, and appreciation should be application.
Now, first impression to be the new one requesting funds for a Main Street program.
Well, a Main Street.
Our Main Street
Correct,
program.
it should be
It's
a
the funds.
Main Street,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Under where it says Pat Constantino mentioned that the Board of Selectmen to complete their budget earlier this year, we're looking forward to completing we should say the Board of Selectmen are looking forward to starting their budget early this year. Earlier meaning in August,
Public.
so that we have a big jump on everything, so everybody's got it. We're not just treading water by the time we come to October. I guess you could word it that way.
And then on the very last paragraph, as there was no further discussion, there was
Instead of
none.
no. Yep. Motion to approve the minutes of April 10th as amended.
A second that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Stay.
And 2 abstentions. Okay.
Are these already revised? These are already.
Those are, and you have copies of the revised minutes that were corrected at the last meeting in front of you, okay? And,
Do you have copies of, oh, this is the revised one?
and at our last meeting, as far as old business is concerned, we talked about changing the, talked about the deadline date for the outside agencies. So I think we should make a decision now. In the minutes, it said that, it was suggested that the cutoff date for agencies to get their completed reports in would be 10/1. Do we want to make it that late? we talked about sending them out in August.
When did they have till before, when Joanna sent the letters?
They had until October 1st, I believe. But we talked about, Pat mentioned that the selectmen were gonna work on their budget to get their budget done earlier. And we seem to always end up crunch at the end.
Yeah.
And if we need to have people in a second time, we really get in a pinch. So,
Makes sense to have them sent out.
yeah, it's not, there's really no need for us to wait. And I think a month gives them plenty of time. We got those out August 1st.
Well, it depends
Just-
on if they're going through a bunch of changes
Right.
and things like that, so I'd say if the letter's gonna say be done by September 1st, or let us know if there's a
Well,
problem.
August 1st, we were gonna send the letter out August 1st.
Right, but they give them till 9/1, is what you said?
As long as we can get them in earlier than last year.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
But if you say if they're having problems, they need to advise us, so we're not, oh,
Yeah.
where's so-and-so, or.
What was last year's date? Was it August 1st? It says August 30th, but was it around that time last year?
October 3rd.
Okay, so October
Oh,
3rd.
okay, there's a sample
And-
letter here,
Yeah,
okay.
that's-
Yes.
Right, so,
Okay.
The only thing I did not change was the dates to have them return.
Okay.
the only thing I would be concerned with is a lot of people are wrapping up their budgets. If it's July, they're wrapping up their budgets and getting ready. If we just would need to be understanding that they would have to come back with information if they don't have it prepared
But they
for us.
shouldn't they
If
be
we're
ready?
August, not if we're August.
No, send the letter out in August. And
Yeah.
have them return it by September 1st.
So August, September, some of them, if their year is, Christine would know this better, if they're wrapping up their year in July.
In June, isn't it? June 30th? Not usually.
Well, a lot of people have it different, but I think it'd be June 30th for some municipalities and some of the outside agencies that we've had.
That's it.
Yeah, but
They-
they don't have to really close up all of that till, if they're a regular, 1065 or 1120 till four months later, so on the 15th. And
Okay.
then they extend and.
Can we just approve, like, sorry to interrupt, can we just make sure, like, I don't wanna forget, when we go and do the budget this year, like, last year was a little confusing, because we like hear from the people, do the stuff, and then we would get all the information in front of us, and we'd wait a really long time, and then we would vote. Is there any way that if we hear from people, at the end of the night, we can have like discussion, and like the next meeting, vote on it or something?
If we
Unless,
have enough
unless they don't
people.
have like all the information
Yeah.
present, or they need to come back or something, but
Yeah,
it just
if
makes
they,
more
if
sense.
they
I
need to
think.
come back,
And we
Then
need
we
a quorum.
wait, yeah.
yeah. And we can do that anytime.
I just feel like it would make it
Just
go
wait and
easier. than
bunch
at the
them
end.
together.
Because at the end last year, we just feel like we were rushed at the end, we were voting on a bunch of stuff, and then we just didn't, I don't know, I feel like we didn't look at everything as critically. If we did it, like, I feel like we voted along, we went along, we voted each little step. I feel like we would have then, like, all right, that's done, we could move and focus on this, instead of us thinking about every single thing over and over again, and ruffling through our papers, trying to find the right stuff.
Well, I think it's too soon, just my opinion, it's too soon to vote the night that they make the presentation.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think maybe the next week after that, if we're not waiting for additional information, we could do that.
Another thing to add on top of that is we should review all the applications that came in, maybe for the, like, one meeting, just be all the applications, because I can tell from there what we're gonna need additionally besides what we might still need. And that way we have it all when we get here.
And some send everything in, and some people only fill out that form.
Yeah.
So that will give us an opportunity, but that's why I thought if we asked them to get it back to us by September 1st, we could spend that meeting, when they came back, reviewing those forms to see if there was additional information we needed.
So
I
let's,
like that the comparisons is added.
Cool though.
so let's do that that this year as a trial and just know that there may be one or two exceptions and,
We can always bring stuff back up later, like we did last year.
Yeah,
let's just, let's,
okay. So Marie,
let's just go with that.
you want to do that instead of October 3rd? Whatever the first
Yeah.
appropriate date in September,
September.
When do you want me to mail them out?
and they should go out like the 1st of August.
I would add on here, because it says failure to provide, blah, 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 but we're not giving them any option to say why, if you can't meet this deadline, you need to contact us immediately. because remember that somebody didn't have a board of directors for like months.
Yeah,
So if they keep us informed, it's better than us saying,
Yeah.
oh, where's so-and-so?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'd say, you know, if you can't meet this deadline, you must contact immediately, or they're not gonna get nothing.
Right.
Way to go,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
They can't
Because
at
we
least
were
communicate.
guessing.
Right, they can't at least communicate with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we
So I
could
would
say,
add that.
so we could say failure to provide all requested materials by October 3rd,
Well,
2019 may result in your allocation being denied. Additionally,
You say will result, not may. Will.
no, we didn't say that.
If they call, you have to say may.
After October though, it should be like, no.
Additional.
They should have called before October. But we should do it.
That's why I like the word immediately.
Yeah, it just scares them, it's scary. We're flexible, we're human beings, we understand things happen.
So
Additionally, should you need, if, let's see. No, don't even put additionally, just say, if you need additional time, please contact and give your name and telephone number, Maria.
immediately.
Immediately.
We don't. I like that.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah. And then we'll just, once we have, even if we have 5 at a time at each meeting, I'd say what?
Yeah.
Okay, this travel out, or this is missing, or,
Would you like it still October for deadline, or did you
No.
want to change it to September?
9,
October 3rd's on a Thursday.
Yeah, we said 9.
When is 9/1?
I'm looking.
Oh, that's right
It's
here.
on a
That's
Sunday.
September 1st.
Mhm.
So
Labor Day is
9/3.
the 2nd.
Yeah,
So
9/3.
9/3,
9/3?
September 3rd, okay. And
Is that a-
for,
Thanks.
if you would just email us that and we can let you know if it's
Okay.
okay.
Cool.
Now, are we sending this letter certified, is that what we're doing?
We're gonna send an email, but email it return,
Oh, return receipt, I love that idea.
okay?
You
You
can
know how to
Google
do
how,
that?
whatever email you
Oh.
have, you can Google how that's done.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of all of this right here,
Make a lead receipt.
of retrieving all the correct information for all the outside agencies, just to make sure we have it all.
Okay,
Yeah, because on this one you have Genesis at Church Street.
Well, that's a sample
Got it.
letter that I received.
Because they're up
so-
on Blueberry Lane now.
Right.
Yeah.
That, so you can just, that's where the actual information would go,
I don't think that's where their office is.
and then the date would change. So these 3 pages would go out to them.
Okay.
To each
The letter, the
individual.
app, and what's the third page?
The third one was the last portion of the appropriation
okay.
guideline. It just happened to come out that way. And if anyone sees anything that I missed in regards to dates, let me know,
Okay,
because we'll change the October 3rd to
9.
9.
9/3.
And then we added to contact immediately.
Right onto that letter, so,
Yeah.
okay,
The rest is great.
great.
And I like the stuff, I like the way the form looks now. But I don't know what you did, it just looks clean, more cleaned up.
I washed it.
Oh, there's like, it's spaced out better,
I
yeah.
think it's the spacing that was done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are these PDF? Maria?
I believe so.
So when you forward them, the people who have PDF, they can fill it in from.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any other old business that we need to talk about, take care of? That was all I had, thankfully.
New business.
Yeah. In terms of new business, we have the new financials, but before we go to that,
I have one thing to add on to this, not to add to this letter, but once they have made their appointment, do they do that by phone or email? Or how do they make their appointment?
Marina makes the appointment with them.
Okay.
And and tells them when.
But they used to do it with Joanna both, either email or phone.
Okay. So, I just emphasize, you know, if you can't make your appointment, you don't contact us. No.
Telegrams,
Hmm?
telegrams.
Yeah, telephone. The next thing I wanted to bring up, a new business is, our meeting in June. We had talked earlier about not having a meeting. We traditionally don't have a meeting in July. There's very little to be done in June. So I was gonna ask how people felt about us not meeting in both June and July.
Okay, I was
Sounds
gonna
good.
say, I won't be in July.
Fine with me. Nothing to do.
Okay. All right, so I'll make a motion that we not meet in the month of June or July.
Second.
Third.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so our first meeting will be in August, and Marina, for our agenda then, we'll discuss the outside agencies, so we can do a schedule for them.
But you want me to mail out letters by August 1st?
Yeah. Yes. The letters aren't gonna change.
He wants you to work, but we don't want to work again.
It's my life right now.
Okay?
Okay.
What
Any
were you
questions,
thinking,
I'll let
Randy?
Sean
You had-
know.
Jane's cracking the whip.
Now, what were you thinking?
I'll send you the revision of these, because we're not gonna be meeting. So
Yeah,
you
we
can
just-
all just let me know by email or text or
Yeah.
phone call or whatever.
Cool. Are
And
you
then-
revising this one?
Unless you see anything that you don't see tonight.
No.
I'm just
The
gonna
only thing
change
we
that
were gonna
date on the top.
revise was the date,
Oh.
we were gonna add that thing about
And then this.
contacting us immediately.
Yes,
Will not be accepted.
Well, you have to change this, because this is October 3rd.
correct.
Make it sound like it's something from the DMV. I'm scared.
This will say 9/3,
Yeah,
and this will say 9/3, and then the addition.
but that's only one meeting. I want each.
Or if there's anything else you think of, just let me know.
Bang through this budget.
All right, everybody got a copy of the town of Tilton updated property value?
Yep, I got my letters
Yeah.
now.
Well, take this home and read it carefully, because I'm sure we're gonna get questions too.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry.
I read mine.
Everyone
And
got
at
their
the bottom of
letters.
the letter, it shows the new value, so if you don't know what your old value is, you just go right on the town website.
It says basically this on the letter that they mailed out to you.
Yeah, and they gave a phone number to call if you want to set up a meeting to go over your assessment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the date or whatever.
I don't remember ever getting one like that before, so it was a nice letter, yeah. We did.
But if you try calling the number, because I tried.
Oh!
Sorry. If you try calling it, it's busy, so you have to wait till only the week that it's actually like online to call.
Yeah,
But I just gotta remember a sound alert in my phone.
Okay.
okay. And why would they ask us questions, Jane?
Hmm?
Is it because it's relating to the budget? If they ask about the assessed value to us?
They may, just because we're a budget committee and they don't really know always what we do. And they may, and we do get involved in the tax rate and all, so that's why they may ask that. I'm sure,
Paper they gave me today was pretty straightforward, it shouldn't be too bad.
yeah. And I think a lot of people, a lot of people get that and they won't understand it, so.
Well, Avatar took the heat on this letter, at least my, but. so
Well, it said from the Board of Selectmen, so I don't understand how any other television would be.
Well, it says that if you read the letter, in there, they just put their number and contact information if there's a problem and stuff, so that's what I'm saying, they're taking the heat.
So, yeah.
I don't know, I couldn't have my coffee this morning in Paul's, so we had so many questions.
All right, Pat.
You know how it is.
Pat, do you want to give a selectmen's report on what's
We-
going on?
Last month, we reported that the town planner had left, and there was one person that left at highway. We hired 2 people at the highway garage, so we will not be hiring seasonal people.
Are they full-time people?
Yeah, one is Jack DeCornia, He used to work for us before,
Any work for Northfield?
and now he works for Northfield. He's coming back at $18.50 an hour. And then there's another gentleman, I'm sorry, lost his name. He's very experienced, CDLA. He's coming back at $20 an hour. He's coming to Tilton for $20 an hour, all contingent on.
No, it was seasonal, did we have two seasonal?
What's that?
Did we have two part-time seasonals before?
That was it.
Yeah.
So the one full-time will replace the two seasonal. So
It's
it's
a lot
in
of
the,
work.
it's in the budget.
Yeah,
Okay.
and no replacements yet for Dari.
All right, I had a question. Are there any prospects for that? Have you had any applications?
We don't, there are a couple of applications. The deadline just ended, so we haven't looked at them yet.
Okay, have you made, are you,
No, we've not made a decision. 'Cause we're not
no,
looking
I've
at
got, have you made a decision on Sheena's hours? Are they gonna be increased?
it. We increased her, when Dari left, we asked her to increase her hours for a couple hours a week. I think it's 6 hours a week that she's able to do it. And Dari comes in 5 hours a week, and helps out with planning and zoning, so that it's a continuum.
So he comes in 5 hours every week?
Still,
Well, he has to do the background and the
Okay.
conceptuals and whatever
All right.
needs to be done on, what has to be done on zoning or planning. So it's either or. If it's not planning, he's doing zoning. Approximately 5 hours.
Now, how's the budget impacted by that?
It really doesn't because we lost his wages.
Okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't,
It's gonna be
one,
less
it's
regardless,
one,
okay.
right. Right.
well, no, until we hire someone that's.
We're not gonna know that until what it comes in, with whomever we hire, what they come in as, what experience, so on and so forth, so.
Is this April jail, actual or preliminary?
What's that?
The general ledger,
Oh, it's
actual.
It's actual?
it's actual through
Yeah.
April?
Yes. And we just got this tonight, so, oh, I got
Finance
it, I got
is
this
okay.
afternoon, I looked over it briefly, but
Tim's not here, right?
no,
Finance is
what?
already at 50% in April.
what?
He emailed it to us earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
some of it's in finance, it's front loaded.
Is that what this letter is saying that you gave me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some of the stuff, a lot of it's front loaded, like dues and things
In-
like that.
Okay.
Right, in
Okay.
finance, some of it's front loaded because, most of it's front loaded because of all of the bonds and stuff.
One question I have is on land use about the code enforcement officer. So, did we choose a code enforcement officer too?
No, we did not.
Yes, Albert.
I looked over it briefly because it came in this afternoon, but the only thing I thought that Kim's explanations from last month explained things pretty well. Things were pretty unstable.
We're 35% used and we're about a third through the year, but.
Yeah,
Well, April, barely, this should be at like 25%, 20 to 30% in April, but,
well, you picked it up, with that.
Except
You
the-
got all those front end load
yeah, except for
things
those two.
which come.
Some of the things are pretty much tough, like IT, it's like a lot.
Right.
Cool.
This hall administration, this admin Lakes Region Mutual Fire one,
That's,
insurance, is that under town hall admin?
yes, that's a
Okay.
front load,
Okay.
that gets paid up front. That's our dispatch for fire. We have to pay into that.
How did we finish up the winter on the highway with the sand and salt? Now, did we do pretty good by the end, or?
Pretty loud.
we did?
Just long though, it was
Not a
long.
lot of
Yeah.
snow.
And we had a lot of ice, we had a lot of ice.
North.
Yeah, we did a lot of it.
So we're at 70% used.
Pretty good.
That's
right now.
Yeah.
So,
Winter don't start till
for-
December, it would be good.
right,
Right.
well, November, December.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, okay. Good,
Yeah.
good, good.
We didn't move over, so that's always good.
Police department's advertising is up, is that what?
Well, didn't they have to replace the
Right,
person, and then
We've had,
we got the
three,
retirees and,
three officers that
yeah.
we've done the advertisements for, I think, at least 3. Right.
Why are we at 53% for weapons expense?
Yeah, that's my.
They
my
buy
question.
that ahead of time, so they purchase that in the first of the year, the bill, they've actually purchased it in like December, and the bill comes in January. And that's,
Probably need it right up front.
They-
Yeah, I would say so.
I think they get a better price, and that's most of it.
Do you know where they're getting it from?
I can get that answer to you, I can't off my head, I know it, it's in my book, where they get it from, but I
It's
don't.
probably online.
Ship them right to the door.
Everything's online
Well,
these
that's pretty
days.
cheap. Oh, cheap.
China?
Huh?
China?
No, just online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would they have state or they could buy
Yeah.
it in state, you know,
Right.
direct from state?
I'm sure St. would do it.
I'm sure they have police, yeah,
Yeah,
we have cities,
yeah, all right.
section, yeah, department.
So
Law enforcement.
we have
yeah.
all cities.
I know someone who does a lot of that stuff, so,
Online?
no.
No, right in
I'm
Hampton,
being smart with the online.
they have a rep that comes up and
I
works with
got
them.
it.
I see for highway, there's safety equipment. Is that the uniforms they got? Is that, what's
No.
that?
When Kevin took over, there was safety equipment that we did not have that we needed, that was required. So we got safety equipment. That's a lot of, when you're out there at the manholes in, alongside of the road, they needed, specific safety equipment,
Okay.
flagging equipment, things like that, that's what we needed. So that's kind of the safety equipment that we got. I'm pretty sure that's what it's in reference to. The uniforms would be the new uniforms, which have safety uniform
Very nice.
combined with the safety features of the ANSI yellow
Kind of like what you're
is
wearing.
is under the 99600 line, which would be uniforms.
I really want one of them. I think they're awesome looking.
I keep thinking they're firemen when I see them. Or that I'm watching some show on TV. Everything is pretty much in line. If you notice on page 6, it shows the outside agencies at the bottom.
Yeah, 2 only have 25%.
Well, they're all different. Some collect everything at one time.
Others wait till,
Yeah, sometimes, some forget to collect, or some have new people that don't even know they're supposed to collect.
So on a question on that one, if they don't collect it by the end of the year, what happens to it?
Well, it just stays there. But
No,
usually we're
it
nice,
goes back
enough
to
to inform them.
Does it?
Okay.
Usually we're nice enough to inform them, okay?
Okay, we went back in the general.
Well, we found that some people don't, trying to think of the, CASA didn't know that they had to call us.
there was new management, new director.
They had a brand new director who had no clue.
My office, they didn't know, my office didn't know.
They didn't. And that's visiting nurses who've gotten the full amount from us every year.
It
And
was,
you would assume that they would know, but they have a new director, so,
right,
And several new people, I think, there, so they wouldn't necessarily know.
But they did receive it.
And I think like the Pines is a quarter of theirs, don't they?
There's,
Price does do
They've got a
this
quarter.
piece.
Yeah.
the Pines, the youth assistants, and the Pines, the youth assistants, and
It looks just like just those two.
there's one other that gets paid in a portion of it.
No?
When do they have till to get it?
The end of the year.
In here.
Oh,
Outside agencies, that's the other one. The other one, the
Meridian,
other one,
I mean.
I'm thinking of school providers.
They go through lakes, youth assistance, interaction.
Yeah. And they take it quarterly.
Any other comments about the financials? Looks like we're in good shape.
Will we still get a financial, even though we're not having a meeting?
Okay. If you're rich, you can afford to turn it down. If not, stop in here and get something.
Yep.
I have a folder just dedicated to town budget.
This- I like the detail.
Easier that way.
Well, you have a notebook, a big notebook, to be keeping.
I print them all.
You do?
We need to
Just
get all
pick
these
one
whole
up and down.
funds.
We wait to hand.
Yeah. Used.
I'll come
Yeah.
here and get
Save
some.
last year's, because they're good comparisons.
What's that?
Oh, I have all last year's.
I lost mine. I found
We can
them.
have them hole punched if you want.
That'd be great.
They print them here if you want them hole punched.
Well, that's, we have that big folder, but now I just stick them in there and they fall out.
Do you want a binder?
Let's bring
I
them.
have a binder,
Okay.
but I can't put them in there because they'll just fall out.
So, do you want the financials hole punched?
Put it all on.
You want everything hole punched?
All the
Yeah.
time.
Because all they
That's
have,
so much easier.
all it is a button, it's a button in the
Yeah.
copy machine, that's
Yeah,
it.
hit that button.
Make a note.
Okay.
Whole bunch.
We will,
Do you want the copy?
Hit that button.
Sorry, Miranda.
Okay, good. Okay, that's not you for this.
we will make a note, I will send a note to,
Sorry.
Marina, I'll send a note to Tim and just copy you on it.
Sure.
And then just say, you know, in the future, could we just have them hole punched for the budget committee, because they put them in their binders. That's all,
If
okay?
you forget, I can,
I'll be glad to take care of it. And then, it's a setting on the copy machine.
Motion to adjourn?
Well, one thing,
Sorry.
so August is our next meeting?
Yes.
August, the first Wednesday?
Second one.
Second Wednesday in August.
And there will be a test.
So be ready.
I'll pass it.
Yes. You have another question?
No, there's 100 questions.
Second?
Yeah.
August
We have a
14th.
motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Birds.
Hey, that can make Jeffrey happy.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's going, huh? No, no, he's done. They're doing
Well,
that.
the teachers,
now. He's got two years off, right? Yeah, that guy's amazing.
Yeah, he is. He annoys me though. He annoys me to
Well, yeah, he just knows everything.
You know what's amazing? Sometimes I know every answer, sometimes I don't know
This
one.
time you-
Oh, sure,
be.
yeah.
What's millionaire day in that?
What's that?
What's the one for the millionaire in that? Yeah. Turn it on, shop.
Good, brain teasers.
I'm going back.
Yep.
The volume.
No, I won't.
Pass it on.
Snow and mud.